It's just all these things. But I believe that from personally, what I have seen is that a manager just manages. Um, a manager would manage, probably would direct, would control. Those are the functions of who a manager is. But a leader sets the tone and creates leaders out of opportunities, out of situations. And so that's why I love the fact that I'm talking about the leader is someone who serves or is a servant. The leader is the enabler. The leader is a transformer.
Yeah.
I talked about those qualities,
Yeah.
and then the leader is a unifier. The whole job of the leader is to create that enabling environment, create the vision. The manager's job is to get us to where we are by managing the resources, controlling them, deciding who has this and that. And so it is not necessarily they overlap.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Mm.
they overlap. Within a manager, you could see a leader. You get a point. Within a
Yeah.
manager, you could see a leader because I've seen David AJ asking a question: is there a clear difference between? So within a manager, you could see a leader, but being a manager does not necessarily mean that you can be
A
a
leader.
leader.
That's true.
And I think that's one of the things that we need to clear.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you so much, Prof, for that. Global Leadership Group says, great discussion. Ken Mens says, be flexible as a leader. Very true. That's true. And Jeanette Owusu says, I agree with Prof on the point of empowerment. Visionary leaders empower their teams by involving them in shaping and refining the vision, and also encourages their ownership and commitment to its realization. And that is very true. You
Yeah.
give them the room to take ownership of what they do. And if not, that is when they will be watching the clock, you
Of course.
know. Yes.
I
And
I I read about one of the richest people in the world who has several businesses. In one of his business, he says that look, he doesn't tell anybody the time to come to work, but you know that you are supposed to work for 8 hours.
yeah.
And so what happens is that if you arrive at 12 p.m., you must complete the job in 8 hours. You must have 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And for him, when I read, I was like, wow, that's funny. But you realize that is his approach, and it has motivated his colleagues so much so well that they are getting a lot of work done. Another example of that empowerment is when you look at Google.
Mm-hmm.
The Google platform, right?
Yeah.
Itself started as the main thing is a search engine, but you have the
Yeah.
Gmail, you have all the other, you have we had several other platforms that Google has. All these are pet projects from workers within Google. And
Okay.
I believe that when the working environment has been created in such a way that you can even stay there for a long time whilst working. There are several things within the office, laundry and all those, sleeping area and all that. And people have the flexibility. Every day you have 2 hours to work on a pet project, which is a good thing. And you see, that allows that flexibility and empowerment. And I think I agree with what Janet is
Yeah.
saying.
Thank you, Prof. And especially in this age and time, when people are opting for flexible working hours and remote working and all that, I think the first example you gave, that you don't tell the person, doesn't tell them when to come. But if you come to work at 12, make sure that you do your 8 hours. And it ties in with the flexible working hours, I think it helps in a way they're more productive, because especially when you live in Accra, and you know that traffic is a huge problem, and everybody is reporting to work at 8, and because of that you spend about 2 hours in traffic. What if the person then relaxes and then come at a time when the traffic is not too heavy, gets to work and do the, I mean, of course.
I hope my colleagues at work will not take me on this so that they'll be coming late to work though.
Oh
But
no, they shouldn't.
during the COVID season, one term came up which we call work from home,
Yes,
and
that's the
lots of
remote
people
work.
were asked, yes, and they loved doing that. They felt that they were more resourceful. They were able to do other things personally, and so whenever they sat to work, they had the mindset and the willpower to be able to deliver. And so the working environment is changing quite fast. And there's a need for leaders to look at all these.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Prof. So if you've just joined us, you missed a lot. But the good thing is that this is recorded on all our social media handles, particularly on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. So you can go back and watch, and we'll share the link, the recording with you, so that you can catch up, because we have discussed a lot as far as leadership is concerned. Prof has shared a lot with us. Like I said, this is a master class, and thank you, Prof, for availing yourself